Hi, I'm Alan. This is a video. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to more Jump Trash. Today we're doing a little bit of bandwagon hopping. Normally I try to do my own stuff, but I thought, why not? Did it first. He was inspired by EVW, and then I saw Trust to do it, and then I DM tried. You know what? I kind of want to try it myself, but I'm kind of worried about what people think. And he was like, I mean, everyone's doing it, so why not? It's fun. People like watching it. So I decided, why not? I'm gonna do it. We're gonna be doing it. We're gonna be buffing a level today. However, unlike the other people who have been buffing, tried buffing blast processing, Trusta buffing Theory of Everything 2, and Sergius, you're buffing club step, I'm gonna do stuff in typical AeonAir fashion where I just go for the very next level. And what's the next most logical thing to do after club step as like a buff thing? Naturally, it's Bloodbath, right? So we're gonna be buffing Bloodbath. So we're gonna do here, go Bloodbath. That's not the right thing. Bloodbath, we're gonna do this. And before you say anything, oh, but Aeon, Bloodlust. Shut up. Don't care. This is gonna be interesting. I'm curious to see how this is gonna end up being, in all honesty. So, I feel like this is gonna be hard. We're gonna see what happens. We're gonna see what happens. First and foremost, though, before anything, everyone and their mother was mad at me for not having show grid on, so we're gonna show grid, and then we're gonna start. I think the most logical thing to start with here, right, is to just big spike. We're gonna delete that, we're gonna delete that, and we're gonna big spike and big spike. Then we're gonna test if that's possible. I don't know if it is. It might not be. So I want to make this like a fair thing, right? So I don't want it to just be like unnecessarily hard. I do want to keep it for the most part pretty fair. So we're gonna see what happens. We're gonna see what happens. I want to just buff this strafe fly a little bit. This strafe fly realistically is like way too easy. So by buffing this a little bit, it won't hurt, right? It won't hurt, I'm pretty sure. So it is still rather easy, okay. Is that a thing I should do? I don't even know if this is possible, bro. Let's try. Let's just give it a go. Okay, yeah, that makes it very hard. And that should be good, I think. I think that's just hard enough to where it adds for like a good challenge, and hard enough to where it's like not hard enough to where it's like really obnoxious. I'm gonna do that. I don't know if that will amount to much, but because you're switching gravity like right here, I feel like that would make for a rather big difference, honestly. It does require a little bit more control, which is exactly what I wanted. Cool. All right, nice. Okay, so if we use this as like a guideline, all right? I'm curious if this works. So like how it was supposed to be, but unnerfed. I wonder if that's something you can do. You can. Okay, I think that's a good change. Hey, I don't really think there is much more you can do, though. To add to the illusion, I suppose. Not because it's actually harder, but because it looks harder. Okay, so for this part, we're just gonna pull a Bloodlust. This just overall harder. So we're gonna do that, we're gonna do that, we're gonna B1 them, so it's behind it there. That might be too hard. We're gonna replace those with real spikes. We're gonna replace that with a real spike. That, I think that should work. Nice, right? Yeah. Oh, that's probably not gonna work, is it? I highly doubt it's gonna work. It's really like there. That looks ridiculously hard, though. Let's scale these a little bit, just so they're not like all the same. And to make them a little bit more reasonable at the same time, I also want to, okay, so we're gonna grab this, we're gonna do that, we're gonna free move that to the side here, we're gonna scale it like so. Look epic. Cool. This looks like it should be fine. A couple of the things are a little bit hard, I will admit, but isn't that the whole point of buffing Bloodbath? This just straight up looks like Bloodlust, though. I'm not gonna lie. This literally just looks like it's Bloodlust, but Bloodbath Deco. There we go. It's not too bad. Not too bad. Not too bad. Okay. Actually, I have an idea. Hold up. If I do that... Okay. Okay, so for this part, I feel like it's better to just like unnerf the nerfs. And that's pretty much all you really need to do, right? So for this right here, we can just like move that down a little bit. I think that should still be possible. And then here we can just like bump those to the side. Okay, so for this part, yeah, that's still not that hard. Okay, because that's not like super hard, I'm just gonna continue on with this. So for this one, I'm just gonna move it to the side like so. And then here, I still think that's possible, right? I'm pretty sure that's still like reasonable to do. I can't even pass this. I haven't even nerfed that or buffed that. Lol. I'm going to make that a big spike real fast because I don't think it's really necessary for that to not be a big spike. And we're gonna add a small spike here, and then for this we're just gonna 1 2 like so, 1 2 like so, 1 2 like so, and then just make that so. Okay, I think that should be good, right? I'm pretty confident that this is like significantly harder to the point where it like genuinely makes a difference. Okay, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. I'm feeling good about that. Now here comes probably the hardest buff in this entire level for 99% of people. Cry about it, okay? We're doing that. You're not allowed to jump into the portal. Why? Because screw you. That's why. Okay, so we're gonna extend all the triple spikes by like a very, very tiny bit. So we're doing that, bumping that to the side. I don't even think this buff is significant enough to where it's gonna like affect anything, but it's gonna make them just hard enough to where it's gonna become a little tiny bit of a nuisance for some people, myself included. It's probably gonna make me suffer. Okay, so for Michigan's part, the plan that I really have, nothing really more than just like, we're gonna go here, we're gonna grab all of these. That should be okay. I feel like that's probably okay. I don't even know if that's too tight or not. We're gonna find out very quickly. That's probably too easy. Let's bump it up one more, like so. Okay, that looks good. Now, this one, I don't know how we're gonna end up buffing it, honestly. It is possible. The fact that that works, most likely, is absolutely stupid, first and foremost. Who am I to judge, right? Who am I to judge? If it works, it works. I hate how that works, bro. I genuinely hate how that works. I don't really feel like I can do much more in this part without making it obnoxious. Like, this part is already ridiculously hard. Michigan's part is infamously very, very hard, and then the wave I can't really do much about. So that's that. So I think Michigan's part is more or less just complete now. Let's try and pass it. Let's try and pass it once. See, I feel like the ball part is like a mixture of easier and harder, because the ball you can definitely find a rhythm for, but it also like you can't just like spam. So I don't know if that's harder or easier. I feel like it's probably harder because you have to time multiple ones and not just like 3 clicks. You have to click like a lot more. There's a lot more things that can go wrong. So a little bit of a backstory behind the ball part, by the way. The only reason I knew that was possible was because Trusta once told me that he asked why no one else did this with the ball part, where he just went up and down a lot more than necessary. And I don't think anyone really thought that it was possible. He just kind of did it because it made it more consistent for him to go like bam, 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 right? But adding more spikes to it, I don't know. I feel like it definitely makes it harder. For this part, I feel like it's just make it tighter. I think the entire idea behind this part is just make it tighter. I don't think there's anything else that we can really do. And as for this part, I feel like it's just, we just have to kind of give it the bloodlust treatment. I feel like that should be good, right? Maybe. I have no clue if that's gonna work or not. I literally just made it tighter. Oh, that's so easy though. To make it even tighter. Okay, nice, very nice. That works like a charm. Here as well, we're just gonna like tighten it up a little bit. I don't think more is necessary. If I remember correctly, the Bloodlust one doesn't really buff it too much. So it's not really that necessary to make it like ultra mega giga hard. Bloodlust, Evasion's part in Bloodlust is, in my opinion, one of the harder parts. So I want to make Evasion's part here really difficult as well. I won't shy away from the fact that I'm taking Bloodlust inspiration. It's just kind of like a matter of fact, honestly. I put it in perspective a little bit better how tight that really is, though. Okay, we can still make that a little bit tighter, I think. You know what? I'm kind of like tempted to just not do anything with the UFO. The UFO is just, it's weird to buff the UFO without making it really weird and awkward. Now, once we get here, we're gonna get to like the really hard thing. I wonder, okay, so I'm curious. Does that work? That probably works, right? Let's be real. The only real thing that we have to do here is like revert so many of the like old nerfs. So we just kind of like do that. Keep that right there. Ooh, we can go stupid on this one. Or we can just keep it very simple and just... Oh, that is... Oh boy, that's tight. That's probably gonna be my thumbnail right there. Holy crap. I feel like this is what people thought Bloodlust or Bloodbath was gonna be when it first came out. Like, this is what Bloodbath felt like for like 1.9 players. For this thing, I feel like is just, let's be real, we could just like keep it clean, keep it simple. Everyone had thought about doing that, so why not just make that what you have to do? Ooh, yeah, that actually adds quite a lot of difficulty, if I'm being completely honest with you. I like that. That's good. It's gonna make the level obnoxious as hell, but whatever. I want to make this jump harder. I don't know why. So we're gonna try this to just move it up a little bit and see if that makes like a substantial difference. You can still make that. Okay, cool. That's good. As for this UFO, I don't really know what to do without making it obnoxious. I'm just going to leave Asonic's UFO out of it. I don't really want to touch it. It's not going to become like super hard regardless. For this part, I am going to add something. I'm going to make them visible first and foremost, but I also want to see if that's actually like humanly possible. I don't know if it is. Grab this one. Scale this up a little tiny bit. I'm curious as if I move that there, that becomes a little bit harder and potentially more consistent as well. That works. That 100% works. Okay, I'm fine with that. Okay, so I'm gonna be a total bitch here and do that. As for Etzer's part, there really isn't much you can do. The entirety of this little segment right here up slightly. I think that should still work. Yeah, it does work. I actually... Okay. Listen. I think that could be cool. That works surprisingly well. For this part, I'm just gonna do this. Keep it clean and simple. I don't even know how much difficulty that actually adds. It's probably like really hard now that I look at it. Okay, so past Etzer. This is very plausible. I do, however, want... no, actually, I feel like the rest of Etzer is fine. I think that adequately buffed, personally. Moving on to Havoc's part, I actually have no clue how we're supposed to be fixing up this part in terms of, like, buffing it. I genuinely have zero clue. So, using this as, like, a guideline, right? Can we just, like, add that? Just... That's it? Is that something we can do? And then... we can like do that maybe. It doesn't really do much, but it does just enough to where it's like genuinely hard. All right, so as for this UFO part, this UFO part is tricky. How about we do that, and then I think that might be the play. Maybe I don't even know if that makes it harder, honestly. Screw it. We're just gonna roll with it. This part is literally just add spikes until it's hard, honestly. Don't really have much more to say about this little segment. This is just not very interesting. What I can do here, though, is I can do this, and I can scale it down, and just that. I think that might do the trick, hopefully. I think that works perfectly. The fixed hitboxes don't make it too hard, but they also make it so that you actually have to like follow a straight line. I like that. I like that buff. So we're just gonna give that the blow treatment. Then for these, we're just gonna do that. And then for this, I want to do something extra. I want to do something a little bit spicy. I just want to do that, so you have to do Michigan route. I don't think there's more that really needs to be done with this part. Otherwise, I feel like it would potentially become a little bit too hard. I didn't think those fixed hitboxes were gonna make it much harder initially, but now that I'm playing it a little bit more, that's like much harder. Okay, I'm happy with this overall, honestly. The only thing I might want to change up a little bit is this is still somewhat annoying, so we're just gonna quickly run that down another peg like so. Let's try and do this in some runs. I'm very happy with the buffs themselves, so I'm not gonna verify today. I will try and verify it over time. However, today is not the day. What I want to do today is basically just get it in some good runs and then call it a day and just give you guys a showcase, I suppose. So, wish me luck while I try and get this in some runs, and yeah. There we go. Thank you. Finally, dude. Oh my god, to run took so long. That was disgusting. I'm sorry that I had to do that in so many runs, but that actually genuinely gave me so much trouble. I tried to do 0 to Michigan for like an hour straight. I could not do it. I got 22% like 3 times. I made this a little bit too hard. But anyway, thank you for watching. I'm sorry if this video didn't come out the greatest. Algorithms kind of screwed me up. A lot of the mental game with YouTube is kind of getting to me right now. So I'm sorry if the video wasn't the best, but I tried. Anyway, thank you for making my day. I better hope my yours a little bit better too. Eat your good, stay healthy, stay hydrated, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out, everyone.